Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 1 of many episodes, and that's 100% sure. Augy Sib podcast, and we've been mucking around for at least a year and a half about this, and we actually finally did it. Tonight's the night. How do you feel?
I feel really good, but I'll tell you, it's Augy and Sib, not Augy Sib. Right?
You're right.
I think I'm hitting it right there. Okay. So yes, I am excited. We have, and I will say this, Mike, we have been talking about doing this for a long time. So I'll speak first on where we're going to see this going, and then I'd like you to speak on it. So I just think we're going to talk about stuff because my mic and headphones are...
Stereo 1 is going to be the team. Now you got a team from BC that are all ball players. Okay? And you said it was Quebec. I always forget about Quebec. Right? But then you look at Nova Scotia. They're always strong. Because there's ball players down there. So, as of right now, my personal opinion, I don't know why, it's my gut. But I don't even know who's on the effing team. Or I think BC's going to be strong. I don't know why, I just feel it in my gut. And Alberta, too. So I'm going to go BC, Ontario 1, Alberta for the bronze. To beat Quebec.
Oh, well. Listen. Alberta, no. I disagree with you on that. I this year do not think that Quebec, I'm probably going to be wrong, but they've been doing this for years, and they always show up with really good players. But I think Quebec will play for a medal. It's not going to be gold.
Yeah.
And I think, and I hope, that they're going to end up... I asked you for your predictions, and I have a hard time making a prediction because in my heart, I want to see a Cinderella thing happen.
Yeah,
and you know what? Really, with the players that they have, but my only fear is that, and we can be all honest, I think even the team would admit this, they haven't played very good this year.
Right.
With the players that they have, there was this thought that they were going to be unbeatable and run away with the league and not lose a game, and it hasn't happened. And listen, look at the import is like Shane Kramer is 6-1 or 7-1, whatever he is, with like 90 strikeouts or 85 strikeouts or even 80 strikeouts. And he's averaging like 10 strikeouts a game. So take him off the team. The guys just haven't, and they'd be the first. And you know what? That's the beauty of baseball. It's 4 days.
Yeah.
And I hope, because they do have the talent. They do have the talent.
Yeah.
They definitely have talent.
150%.
And you know what? It's just, if they can put it together for 4 days, they have a really, really hard, tough schedule, though.
Yeah.
They have BC game 1.
Yeah.
So you're probably
like Thursday night BC, right?
Thursday night, 7 or 8 o'clock, BC, Langley Blaze versus the Fredericton Royals. Langley Blaze is the former team of Shane Kramer.
Right.
When the Royals, when we signed Shane in the wintertime, the chirping was on social media heavy.
I remember that, yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
So, you're likely to see, I would assume, Shane Kramer versus his old team. That's a storyline in itself.
Oh,
that's a book to be written.
We'll have a podcast after that game.
We are going to have a podcast after this.
That's going to be unreal.
Then they take on Ontario 2, which is a team called the Royals, and I am remiss. I should go and get a fact, but I'm not going to.
Wow,
They're an Ontario version.
Yeah.
They're going to be they're
going to be good.
world. Oh yeah, they're going to be good. And
Good.
then they play Quebec. Quebec, as Robert Stewart would say. Quebec. And then we're going to take on the Dartmouth Who Said Dry, who have only, I know they're a different team, but
Back in the day, they were sick.
well, they won the Nationals every other year.
Right?
So, yes, they were retarded.
Retarded.
I was like, going to say they were the best team in they were the best team in the country. They weren't the best team in Atlantic Canada.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be good. That league's a really good league and some really good players on that team. And we're good.
Yes. Well, like
Royals and the Islanders.
Royals and the Islanders are good ball clubs.
It's a shame that they couldn't have one team out of them. But it's going to be tough. But the thing is it's 4 days, it's 4 games. They got to go 2-2, at least. And when they get in, they got to win that game Saturday night, and then just throw everything but the kitchen sink if they're lucky enough to make it Sunday.
You know, and I know.
Okay, because you've been through these tournaments and you've seen these tournaments. You gotta win the first game.
Tougher tournament, yes. Well, yes,
You got to win the first game.
yes.
You got it.
Well, we always say that, but I've seen teams lose the first game of the tournament and go on and win it. I've seen BC did it a few years back in Dartmouth. Fredericton hammered them, 8-2 or 3. Ben Higgins from Moncton beat them, and they went on to win the tournament. I don't think they'll probably lose a game the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So it's been
possible, but
yes.
Morale and this, that, and the other. Win the first game, especially us down here, would bring the morale right up.
Yeah. But they got to. I mean, before when they had Manitoba.
Manitoba's in there, isn't it?
No, Manitoba got switched because Saskatchewan pulled out.
Fort Saskatchewan's not playing?
No, they pulled out.
So you had a buddy on Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you were telling me.
Anyway, whatever. So
yeah.
Manitoba and Saskatchewan are out.
No, Manitoba's in, but they got moved to the other pool because they didn't want to put 2 Ontario teams in. And really and truly, they should have moved British Columbia or Quebec. And they moved the fucking weakest team in the tournament.
Whatever.
So, anyways, but it doesn't matter. You got to win. You got to play everybody and win.
Yeah.
It's going to be tall order. It's going to be the guys are going to have to raise their game to a level. Other than Corey Wood, nobody has played at that level, got themselves to that level yet. And Corey has to be a big part of it. And he has to get that, obviously, unbelievable season that he just had. And, it's hard to keep that level of play going for so long and be up and then have to come down. And now he comes home and, he could be baseballed out. But let's just hope for 4 days, and now the playoffs are starting, that he comes back in this tournament. I know he will. We both know him well.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll raise his game and be dominant.
100%.
And he's going to have to throw some innings as well and pitch well for them to win, which on most occasions with this season he has, other than the other night against St. John when they got pounded. He didn't throw well, but really nobody threw well in that game.
That was a sight. That was a sight to see.
We'll probably never ever see that again.
Well, those teams didn't. There was no. They didn't want to. Nobody wanted to be there, except the team that had red jerseys. But let's go back to Nationals.
Yeah.
So, and then I really can see PEI for sure getting through. I mean, they've got Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Manitoba.
Well, we don't know what the Newfoundlanders are going to do here.
They'll be hard. They'll be tough to play against. They'll play hard, but they don't have the level of talent that we have.
When I think of Newfoundland,
any other province.
When I think of Newfoundland, I think of whip pitch. and they were always dominant in whip pitch.
Yeah, they probably
They're whip
are.
pitchers,
Yeah.
right? They're whip pitcher guys.
Yeah, they're always
not
the same team.
Are they baseball guys? I don't know.
They're always the same team. They're called the St. John's Capitals, and they'll play hard, and they're a good bunch of guys, and God love them, but they usually don't do much.
Yeah.
You know, they've gotten to the quarterfinals a couple of times, and I've seen it, but I've never seen them do anything really. You know.
We went to the
Atlantis in Grand Bay, Windsor, Newfoundland. And my God, I thought we were in the middle of nowhere. There's trees everywhere. When you land on the rock, there's trees and there's a road. And you drive it.
My father's from Newfoundland.
It's unreal.
Yes.
But it's-
Fogo Island. My dad is from Fogo Island.
Where's Fogowana?
It's off the eastern coast of Newfoundland. It's called Lewisport. So there's a ferry that takes you to Fogo Island. And there's a famous song called Eyes to Buys.
Eyes to buys
Eyes to Buys that builds a boat. Eyes to Buys that sails her. Eyes to Buys that catches the fish.
Yeah.
In the song, part of the thing, it says Fogo, Twilling Gate, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. Fogo's where my dad's from.
That's crazy. See,
It's an island fishing. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. A woman built a hotel in Fogo Island, Newfoundland.
And she called it Eyes of Eyes.
No. Her name is Zita Cobb. She's a billionaire. All right? And she built a hotel, a luxury hotel in Fogo Island, Newfoundland.
Yeah.
She also built pods out on the coast and throughout for artists to come in and where they could work and be surrounded by the beauty of the natural beauty
Like
of Fogo Island.
Bob Ross stuff.
Wow.
Nature stuff.
It would just be, I've been there, and it's like your vision and thought of an ideal fishing village or an island in Newfoundland, it's what it is. It's fishing, it's ports and fishing boats, and it's everywhere. And there's lighthouses and icebergs going. It's amazing. It's amazing. Last time I was there as a kid, but the spot is amazing. And my father has been away for many years. He left Fogo Island when he was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
Moved to St. John's, Newfoundland, and joined the military. My father, to this day, if you asked him, he's 78 years old. Is he 70? Yeah, 78, I think. Yeah, more 30. He would say, "Where are you from?" He would say, "Fogo Island, Newfoundland."
100%.
So, it is quite a spot. She built this hotel. You can't get a room in it for 3 years.
What?
Yes, Gwyneth Paltrow
Okay.
is there. She's been there like a bunch of times. The actress.
So what does she do? She just
goes.
hangs out?
It's like a resort. But it's think about it. This is the way of life that we have in this end of the world that we take for granted, and we think nobody else would like it.
My old man always said,
Like, look at the backyard, Michael. Everyone would want this backyard. I'm like, Dad, come on.
but he's right. Remember She River in the backyard?
Was your dad, did he hang out with a guy in a cowboy hat and a mask and that yelled hi? So was he Tonto from the Lone Ranger?
You ever meet my father?
Well, I saw your
His
father.
voice. His
That's
voice.
He
That's
didn't
his
talk
voice.
like, Michael, look outside. The natives don't talk like that.
My father.
You are a native.
I know, yes.
And you know that your people, your native people, do not talk like that.
My
That is
father.
stereotypical
No.
nonsense, and you did it yourself.
No. Okay, maybe I got a little excited.
There. But you can hear his voice. He's so excited because no one else.
Oh, you're right.
Has that.
No. A good friend of mine, Doug Kane, hockey coach legend in Fredericton. This man, says all the time, this is the most beautiful place in the world. For hunters for people like that love the outdoors, the woods that we have. Look, I live in the city of Fredericton. I live in Marysville. I can go out that door. There's woods right there. There's trees. Like,
Yeah.
we're so lucky. We have no crime. We're very, very lucky. We take it for granted. And we think we can't sell this. Who would want to come? Guess what? We can.
Yes.
We can sell this. Zetacom showing that people want to come and look at our lifestyle. And they look, oh, it's quiet, it's slow paced. And we don't get that. And we stress out and we sweat the little things and and that's the thing.
We got time for a quick story? I don't think I ever told
This is what this whole exercise is about. Telling stories.
So
yes,
I don't think I've told you this story because it happened maybe 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. It was a Sunday night, Monday morning. I got awoken by a horn, and I was like, that's probably Sam passed out. She woke up, she's writing something on because she gets home late, right? 3 in the morning.
Who's Sam?
The old wife, right? We were living on Northumberland Street at the
3 or
time.
4 months ago, okay.
3 or 4 months ago.
Can't say someone's name and not explain who it is.
Okay, the old wife. Anyway.
Yeah, don't say her name, actually. Just call her your old wife.
I'll be seeing a lot of old wives stories. How's that sound?
Yeah, and that's fine, but we're not going to say her name. We'll actually beep or cut her name out of this.
That's fine, 100%.
Perfect. And no ill comments about her either.
Never.
Keep it classy.
Never. No.
Now that we're clear.
God.
How is your levels? How are your levels?
Levels are strong. check two. Mic 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Royalsfield for Game 2 of the Brunswick Senior Baseball Championship Final versus the...
I can't believe you don't do good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Baseball Hill. You're at Royalsfield. I can't believe you don't call it Baseball Hill?
I called it Baseball Hill when I was like 11.
We'll go up to Baseball Hill and throw rocks at the field?
No.
Anyway.
No, we went up to Baseball Hill to play American. And I'm going to tell you about how it worked, okay? So, you just didn't go up there and say, although kids tried, and they were abruptly turned around and sent to the other fields, and I can name a few of them. One would be Brooks Saunders, would have been thrown out of there a few times.
Wait a second, I thought we were not going to name names.
Oh, no, we can name Brooks Saunders.
Oh, so nobody, people ever passed.
Anyways.
Okay, Brooks Saunders was...
Oh, yeah, so there's a hierarchy. So you just didn't go up at 10 years old and go into... See, now you couldn't have it. But you used to be able to, during the day...
Walk in.
Walk through the door on the side, or we never really climbed the fence a whole lot, because Buck would just come up and throw you off, Buck Shanks. He lived near the field, if he didn't want you on it. And he left it open most of the time. Now, with the way it is now, you could never...
No.
It's too much. There's too much invested in the park. Anyways, so there was 3 fields up at Baseball Hill. Front diamond, back diamond, and the big field. Mm-hmm. And you had to it was more of an age thing, and it was more of a luck thing. So, if you were there at the right time, hanging out, and they needed a guy to play...
You played.
You played. When you were with the older guys, when I was a young kid. And I had my brother was older, 8 years older, and I knew the older guys. And the other fellows that were...
You had an in. You had a huge in.
I had a huge in. And you know who the older guys were? My brother Dave Sibley, Danny Esty. You're familiar, Danny Esty?
Oh, I'm familiar.
Not Daniel Esty. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Joel Esty.
Yeah.
Jamie Esty. Chris Bubba McPherson.
Yeah.
Gorgeous George Dehaney. Sandy Goodine.
That rings a bell.
You wouldn't know Sandy.
But it rings a bell. I heard
some
that
two
name.
guys from Crockett Street the all the time. Chris Spillman, Jason Curry, Andrew Holland, Martin Harrison from Pennyhack.
And he come right from Penniac just to play some ball.
Well, he came in and he was. See, the Penniac guys went to school with us at the Marysville School.
Oh, so they just stay around and then.
Well, no, like this would be the summer. I mean, if he would come in for like his mom would go to work.
Yeah.
And when he was like in junior high, and drop him off at like my house.
You don't get that anymore.
And then she'd pick him up on the way home.
Do you get that anymore?
I have no idea how many kids.
I know that, but do people do that still?
Oh, I imagine. I don't know. I doubt it because they can talk to each other on a computer, but we had some fun. Anyways,
so
you had to work your way to get into Royals Field.
Yeah.
And I can remember the first ball in a game of American that I ever hit out of Royals Field. I remember the day I actually talked to my boss, Buck Shanks, about it. Said, this is the first ball I hit out of Royals Field.
Okay.
I was 18. No,
I was 25.
I was probably 15, maybe. And I probably scraped the wall.
Yeah. But it went out.
Royals Field isn't that big. Anyways, there was Baseball Hill back then. I'm not so sure it's the same anymore, but I'm not so sure it's not anymore. But as kids, we were up there a lot playing ball. And if I was at Royals Field, we were playing like games of like with a bat and a tennis ball around our neighborhood, right?
Every time I introduce the crowd or whatever, I always say Baseball Hill just because.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's my thing. Anyway, let's get back to the
story. If Stuart wanted me to do it, I would do it, but it's never been told that I have to do it.
Let's get back to the story. So I hear this honk, this non-stop. I wake up out of my slumber. It's 4 a.m. Sam's not home yet. Okay? And I look out the window, and there's a Jeep Grand Cherokee aflame. What? On Northumberland Street at the circle. Like Victoria, Northumberland, that little circle.
Yeah.
There's a Grand Cherokee aflame. It's up in flames.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and I'm like, well, there's nobody in there.
Up in smoke?
It's up in smoke. There's flames, and there's a tree there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my Jesus, is this it? This could be the house right now. So I'm run down the stairs in my underwears. I jump out the front step. I look out, and it's up.
Start talking louder.
What? I'm talking as loud as I can.
No, you're not. And put that mic closer to your mouth.
I'm talking.
Well, we're trying to get there you go, bud. You're actually speaking now.
Siblings.
There you go. Okay.
Siblings.
Listen, go. Maybe next time we'll switch mics, because this has a better picks things up, and I'm louder.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like trying to be like He-Man and trying to fix stuff, and it wasn't gonna happen, right? Because the thing was in flames. So I went back in the hope, and I'm like, oh, the fire department comes. Like, oh, they come around right when I said that. They come around the corner, and they knocked it out. But the thing was, there was nobody at the scene, so somebody dropped the Cherokee and ran.
Well, yeah, someone burned it.
So he drove up to the corner of Victoria and Northumberland.
Sounds to me like that's what he did, yeah.
Stopped, parked her, set her aflame, and just left.
That's what I said. Hey, I think it's an odd place to do it, but maybe it was maybe it was a message sent to somebody.
To me?
Probably not. I would say more the person that owned the car.
Anyway, like we were looking at the news and stuff, and there wasn't anything talked about it.
No, this is the first I've heard.
And that was 2.5 months ago.
You having a media background, surprised you didn't take on some type of a reporting role. And
I'm here live. It's
that goddamn Cherokee's afire.
It's July 1st all over again. We have a Cherokee on fire.
Jesus Christ, that thing's burning like a great balls of fire. No, but yeah. So what? That's a great story. What were we talking about? So where are we going now?
We were talking about the Nationals and all that. I think we had our fill for the night about the Nationals.
Yeah, no, let's go into something else.
Switch gears with something else. Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, how my headphones are lower levels than yours? Like, what do you want to talk about?
It's working the kinks out. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
100%.
Well, the summer is coming to an end, my friend.
Well, you know what?
And I know that you're not a big fan of the other seasons.
100% no.
When it gets after Halloween,
Yeah.
I'm like a shitty person
until Christmas.
You're good at Christmas.
I'm great at Christmas.
Yeah.
And then January,
February, and then March Madness brings me out of my.
Okay.
It gets me like I'm standing up.
You love college basketball, don't you?
oh, college football, Notre Dame.
Yeah. Have you gone?
Quick story. Me and Josh Paul
Name drop. Are going to see
Boston College, Boston College, and Notre Dame
Oh, you're going this year.
at Boston College 2017. Not this fall.
Okay.
Not this fall, but next fall.
Well, can I get in on this trip?
Well, you're lucky.
Have you bought any tickets, or have you just said we're going? So you're not going this year.
You don't understand.
You're going next year.
Yes. You don't understand.
Josh Paul could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. He's going to get 2 tickets to the game. We're going Boston College.
Josh Paul could sell ketchup popsicles to a woman wearing white gloves. That possibly may have been the greatest metaphor I've ever heard.
He's
Is
the
that
best.
a metaphor?
It's
You're an English man. What is it?
I don't know.
Is that a metaphor?
no, it's not a metaphor.
Because like metaphors are like, man, he like punched him so hard that Bruce Lee would have laughed in his grave. Like that's a metaphor.
Well, is that not a metaphor, what you just said? You just said he could punch someone in the grave. You said he could sell ketchup popsicles to a woman wearing white gloves. I think that's a metaphor, Augie.
Let's get to the phone lines.
Is that a metaphor?
5555. Call us up. If that's a metaphor,
I'll give you a C light.
Coors Light, okay.
or maybe a B light, Bush light.
Bush Light.
We were down in Moncton last week, and we're in Salisbury, and my God, I wish I lived in Moncton. It's so cheap down there. The depot.
Why is it cheap? Is it cheap?
It's a depot. It's like it's off the Trans Canada.
I know, yeah, I've been there.
I know, but like it's a depot, like same as St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's is a
Some
depot.
may call it a depot.
Well,
Okay,
you know,
so it's cheaper beer, and you had Bush Light one night.
yeah.
Actually, there's some cans of it
There's some
right over
cans
there.
over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Excuse me.
it's not that it's not awesome. It is, but being in the
Capital of Brunswick, we should have a depot.
we should have a depot at the Hanwell.
Well, are beer prices not going to come down soon?
I don't know. I might just get into the Augy Spritzers and just drink wine the rest
Hermit's
of my life.
wine and Sprite.
Hermit's wine, Sprite.
Okay, explain to the people, if there are any listening,
Oh, they'll listen. Well, they'll
Oh.
listen to this sometime.
what is an Augie Spritzer is.
Well, this is I figured this out about a year ago. I was like, it was 10:30. I had no beer left, and I was like, oh my Jesus, the superstore is still open and there's wine there. Hello. So 2 feet and a heartbeat in the middle of the winter. Right, and I walked down to the superstore and grabbed a bottle of Grey Fox, which was like $9.69 at the time. And I was like, I'm not drinking this straight. I'm crazy if I did. So I was like, there's like carbonated water just a little bit down the road. So I was like, I'll get some carbonated lemon water with it. I'll mix it. And I got some lemon juice at the house.
Lime juice or lemon? I thought you told me lime before.
Both. Lemon, lime, whatever. Just give me carbonated water.
Orange?
No.
Just lemon or lime?
Lemon or lime. I'm a citrus guy at heart.
Orange is a citrus.
Not in my book. It's not. There's a different citrus book.
So your book doesn't include facts or real science?
No.
Because an orange is citrus.
But no, orange is too. No. So anyway.
Okay, you could say I don't like the orange, but you cannot deny the fact that orange is a citrus.
Well, maybe in your league. So anyway.
No, in the world's league, Augie. In the world's league. In the world's league, it's an orange is a citrus fruit. Open an orange.
Let's get some grapefruit
Yes.
and some oranges.
That's
and just pass it
they're
around.
all citrus.
Yes.
But you're denying that. You're saying not in your book.
Not
it's not.
my book.
Well, what is an orange then?
Orange is something you peel off and you eat.
I know that, but what family of fruit is it? Is it closer to an apple than a lemon or a lime?
Well, I think an orange and a grapefruit.
Now, do you have a character going now where you're trying to play a role, or do you actually believe?
Well, I don't believe it. I'm just saying, when you're drinking wine with carbonated water, you want lime,
you don't
lemon.
You prefer it, and I agree with that. But you're denying that it's a citrus.
No. I know it's a fucking citrus.
Okay, perfect. Yay!
We all know it's citrus.
Good.
I'm just saying.
That's all my argument was.
It's not in
Good.
my
I get you. Keep going.
There's a different level, shelf level
of citrus.
Yeah.
Well, oranges are sweet. Lemons are tart. Sour. Limes are tart.
Grapefruit is shitty.
Grapefruits are good.
I like a grapefruit. Never. My
Really?
father, that was one of
it.
his breakfasts was.
Well, because he was a healthy person.
No, he had whatever breakfast, and then he'd have a grapefruit on the side, and he'd be like, "Want one? You want one?"
Yeah, grapefruits. I like it.
Anyway.
Okay, back to your Augie Spritzer.
So I was like, okay, Grey Fox, carbonated water, check. Pay it, check. And I went back and I mixed it, and I was like, wow. It got me fucking hammered. One bottle. One bottle of it.
You were loaded.
Loaded at midnight.
But how much beer did you have before that?
Not much. Like I was like, if I was drinking
like 5
a lot,
or 6?
like yeah, something like that. But if I was like loaded, I wouldn't have walked to the superstore.
Was it snowing out?
Probably.
But you were pretty handy to the superstore back then.
Oh, it was a block away.
There you go. No, I don't blame you. You know, sounds like it was time well spent. So what's on the go tomorrow?
So tomorrow, big day. I'm gonna wake up first of all. That's that's one thing that I worry about a lot. Being at my age.
Any day above ground is a good day, they say.
Gotta clean my bird. You know that old saying? You ever hear that old saying? Clean your bird.
Yeah, sure. I guess. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Well, I just said I did. I don't know. Not really. No one ever told me to clean my bird, but I remember. That I recall, but maybe I'm wrong.
Then we're going to go out and shoot 9 holes.
Who?
Name dropping Josh Paul. Me and Josh Paul.
Name drop.
Carver Creek. My irons have been really steady. I putted really good the other day.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. Then we're gonna go do the senior game at 2.
2 o'clock. Royals Field. Chatham Armament, who they could end up playing in the first round of the playoffs.
You know what? It took let's go back to
which
baseball
is surprising to me.
Let's go back to baseball here, okay? Chatham Armament, they should have done this 10 years ago, kind of the youth movement, because there's a bunch of, except for Gary Ryder, but there's like a bunch of youth there, right?
Yeah.
And they're not. I'm not saying
They just don't. I don't. After
They're not They're not the youth that we wanted.
outside of JF Nouveau,
Yeah.
they don't really have a guy that can win, and we kind of got the answer for JF Nouveau.
Oh, I know. But this is what I'm trying to say: is 10 years ago we had the guys, but they were like, "I'm not playing senior, man. There's already guys there, and I'm not going to play." And there's a lot of players.
Well, that's the nature of the beast. So
I don't know. That's not the nature
same
of the
thing
beast.
happens in Fredericton. If you want to play, you try out.
Why? It's a different story over there.
Well, let's just say it. There's a bunch of guys that never played senior baseball that play intermediate and that have said the same things. I mean, I said the same things, right? And you know what? You have no. It is right. I mean, the guys that are usually there are good.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm a third baseman or a right fielder or a left fielder or outfielder, I mean, there used to be a time that when, they're all pretty young, it was like Fuji, Dave Barr, and Jody in the outfield. What were you going to play?
Yeah.
And that's it. And I can see it. I mean, it takes a different special person that wants to ride the pines.
Yeah.
But they get in. Those guys do a pretty good job of getting. There's not too many players that just rot on the bench with the team they have now.
Yeah.
I think the coaches do that is a job that they do really, really well. Is they give those guys time. I know that they play certain guys. Other than like Corey Stairs, who's been hurt most of the year.
Bob Stairsy. He's one of my favorites, for sure.
Stairsy is probably one of the best three sport gamers of this. Here are the sports: shuffleboard, washer toss, and 45s. That's where Stairsy's future is. The only reason Stairsy has played ball for the last 2 to 3 years has been because of the games of cards on the bus. That's what he enjoys the most.
Who's his 45s partner?
He probably has a bunch. He loves 45s, and he takes it more serious than anybody.
I need him as my 45s partner. I'm telling him.
On that note, we're going to pause for just 1 second.
Sure.
I'm gonna grab myself.
40 minutes. Wow.
Oh well, we're up. Let's go. Let's keep this going.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do. We're back after a short break. We're gonna probably do another half hour, and we're gonna listen.
It's gonna be funny.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's good. I got the different headphones on again.
How do you feel?
Well, I don't know. We'll talk after.
Are you more comfortable with the headphones that I have on?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I couldn't. They're both mine. So no, it doesn't matter.
You're gonna tinker with both of them, probably. Like,
not at all.
You're gonna read like a chapter.
Oh no, we're gonna do some editing to this, no question. There'll be some editing done.
That last part's gonna be edited.
I don't think so. I think we've listened to a little bit because we had to go back. Anyways, this could be edited. Let's just say that. Yeah. We could get the editing scissors out right now. Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about Stairsy.
Yeah.
And I do want to say this. It makes it sound like I'm cutting Stairsy up. Stairsy's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a good guy, like one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet, and has been a great baseball player for many, many years.
Yes.
But this year he's injured, and he does love the game, and he's been battling for playing time for the last few years. But he's never a hindrance. He's a great guy to have around, and you know what? He can run like the wind. And There's Kizzy.
We gotta get her a mic. We got nothing.
We got no mic. My wife Krista's just walked in.
Say something.
Say something.
Put the headphones
on and just say something.
Okay, that's very cool.
Good. This is our first podcast, Krista.
Excellent stuff.
Yes, and we'll let you listen to it after. It's been going pretty good.
Okay, well, that's fantastic.
You're a little nervous right now, aren't you?
No. 2 things. Did you feed the cats?
I forgot to feed the cats.
Okay, pizza. You guys want pizza?
This is getting edited.
We're editing tonight. We got a pizza. We're editing tonight.
You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that.
Oh yes.
Cheeseburger from Papa John's. So it's upstairs.
High fives. Thank you, Kizzy.
I wish
Let's give Papa John's a shout out. Maybe we can get a pizza from them every night. Thank you, Kizzy. Okay, that was my lovely wife, Krista Sibley. She's nice to everybody, and yeah, she's a beautiful woman, great person. I think she's a keeper. Anyways, back to what were we talking about?
Oh, Stairsy and
anyways, I'm going to tell you guys. I want to tell you something. I want to go back a few years. We were playing a game at Royals Field. I'll never forget the year. It was 2006. The best year I've ever had on a ball field in my life. Easily. Coaching, playing, the best team I was ever around, the best bunch of guys I was ever around, and saw some of the most great, I think one of the best teams Fredericton Royals have ever had, and it's one of the pure best performances that I've ever seen in one athlete, a left-handed pitcher, Josh Collins, 10-0, and just went out and won. And that same year, 3 or 4 of the guys off our team had big roles in Moncton winning the Canadian Senior Championship. Josh Collins, Dave Barr, Johnny Burns. I'm probably missing somebody else, but I know that they all had big tournaments. Chris Sorensen, Fuji was there too. Okay, so the team that we had, anyway, Stairsy, Game 3 in Brunswick Senior Baseball League final. We were up 2-0. Late in the ball game, Johnny Burns on the hill, battling against Matt Jenkins. Matt Jenkins hits a line drive to center field. I believe there were runners on base. 2 out. Not the last out of the game. I'm going to say it's the 6th inning. It might have been the 5th.
Yeah.
Matt Jenkins hammered the ball. I was, oh my God. Stairsy got on his horse, dove. The Willie Mays catch that's so famous, where he's on his feet. Stairsy caught the ball diving that way. It was one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my life. He was quite fast.
Very much so. I remember.
Very, very fast. And he was a really good university player as well as a senior player.
Yes.
I believe he probably must have won a national championship. Yes.
He won his. I think he won his.
He won.
Stairsy in here because he was on those UMB Cougar teams that won something.
Stairsy is definitely a potential guest.
Oh, he's on the list.
Yeah, we just got to get him here, which isn't that hard. It's easier than you think. It's just giving him a little notice. When Stairsy has to work the next day, he's likely not going to come. He won't come. If Stairsy does not have to work, he's coming. If we said we're having a podcast, we're going to shoot the podcast. We want him as a guest. We want him to talk about 45s.
Yes.
We want him to talk about
the MB liquor store.
Anything he wants to talk about, really.
Talk about the MB liquor store.
Yeah.
What's up over there?
Well, he knows too. He's very good with the product knowledge. He's fantastic product knowledge. Anyways, Stairsy is going to be a guest on this show. And that is Corey Stairs. We're not talking about Matt Stairs. Corey Stairs.
Quick story. I moved Matt Stairs out of his old house.
You moved.
And it wasn't Lincoln Heights. It was what's that one?
Can I cut you off here on something that I've noticed about you?
What's that?
I I've never seen anybody that, like, most people have a beer
Yeah.
and they drink that beer. You never drink the same beer, not just like from time to time. Every time you drink a beer, you have had
This
3 Coors Light.
Yeah.
Now you're on the Budweiser. I'm gonna guarantee it. There's another kind of beer in that bag.
No, me and the Magic Man, Randini, had 2 blue ribbons this afternoon.
The Magic Man. Who's the Magic Man?
Oh, Randini?
Yes.
Oh, he is one of them. Hey, there's a guest. We should write this down. Randini.
Well, we'll write it down after. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
There's Coors Light.
There's the Coors Light next. So what's been your? Let's talk. You know, I think one of the things that you've been passionate about over the years, that I know since I've known you, and I'm not drinking anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't talk about it, and that doesn't mean I can't have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just it's not for me anymore. But anyways.
And I'm on that road too, because I don't want to be part of it. Anyway, go on.
No. When I did my thing, it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. But you've been a component of this for many years. The craft beers get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But you like to talk more about the low end, cheaper beers. That's what you've been about. Old Milwaukee. You were really upset when that got let go.
Well, and I asked Buddy. I was like, "What's the deal, yo?" Because I was upset. And he's like, "It wasn't getting as much sales as they wanted it." So they is the man or whoever. You know what I mean?
Well, president of the person who makes the decision on what has to come and what has to go.
So they traded Blue Ribbon with Old Milwaukee, and I don't know what the sales are with Blue Ribbon, but that's an American beer. They're both American beers, man. But they're probably produced in Canada. So I'm on the Blue Ribbons now. But,
I didn't think it was going to stop me from ever drinking again, but I know you weren't happy about it.
Oh, brutal. Oh,
I know you weren't happy about
Delicious. Delicious.
There's actually a can out. I have a can full. It's about 1.5 years old.
Keep it, because you'll never know when you're going to fucking never see it again.
Probably now would be it. So what's been your beer? We're talking like, what have you been happy with in beer this summer? What have you been not happy with? What trends do you see coming with not with craft beers? Because you're not a big fan of craft beers. Let's get that out in the opening. I mean, you'll drink it, but you would prefer a James Ready or a Molson Cold Shot to a
craft beer,
to like a Grim Ross or any of the high end craft beers.
Stuff, yeah.
Am I right there?
You're 100%.
Yes.
50%.
Like you were saying the other night at the ballpark, I said what were you drinking today? And you said you had a dozen cold shots. That's the truth, though, right?
The hit there. The funny part about that was when you were like, "What were you drinking today?" It wasn't like, "What drink last night?" It was like, "What did you drink?"
Well, you were out golfing.
I was out golfing, yeah, but
look, you're not. No one's going. You're not going golfing at Gilridge.
You know what? God, I love Gilridge. Beautiful course. And it's just the right club for me, man. Like a 8, because I can never use an 8 in like Carmen Creek. You know what I mean? You got to
get your 8 iron out your meat.
Pitching wedge, 9 iron. Then you got to bring out like a 4 or 3 Carmen. Gilridge is awesome. I love Gilridge, man. I love it.
Hey, you're having fun with this. Run with it.
You know what? J-Mo, another name drop.
Jeff Moorhell.
Name drop.
Yes, I know, and I've known TC since he was way before he was 8 years old, and I don't think he did. Let's get some aromatherapy going. Let's do an incense burn. What would you like? We got the sun. The power plant, and now he is Talking about the trees. Little known fact. Well, no, actually, it's quite a well-known fact.
What's that?
Fredericton, original name, St. Anne's Point.
Really?
Yep. Nickname, the City of Stately Elms.
Here, there's another.
I'd love to have Jake Wine. Now
That's a guess.
that's a guess.
Because he knows you, he knows me.
And
different cycles, too.
and Jake Wah. So we need to get another set of headphones.
Yes.
So we got to get a third set of headphones for this thing.
Yeah.
And we're laughing. We still haven't figured out how to save this thing. So, but I think I know, but I'm not sure. Isn't that aroma lovely? It's the sun.
You know what?
The incense I have, and I use it almost as an aromatherapy. I love the smells from it. But I'll tell you right now, it's all natural. There's no perfumey feel. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
There's no perfumey chemically. It's all natural. Isn't that amazing? To the people at home, I'm going to tell you something right now. This Jesus incense is perfect. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
I don't even know if we're going to use this stuff.
Yes, we're going to use this.
You may as well, because bottom line, this is the first podcast.
First podcast. So we're gonna be in an hour. We're going to keep talking for probably another 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah,
just to use filler, but we're counting down to our almost an hour.
Yeah. So are we gonna do this every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night? Just whenever.
We're back.
Oh, geez, Louise, we're back.
We're back, and it's
Hey, what's the score? The Jays winning or losing?
It's the 0-2 pitch.
Oh, 0-2 pitch.
Oh my God! David Ortiz just hits a solo homer in the bottom of the seventh. The Red Sox extend their lead over the the Diamondbacks, Arizona, 9-3.
God bless that mess.
Yeah. Okay. You were asking what team?
I just want to see if the Jays are losing.
The Toronto Blue Jays. It may come up. It may not.
Oh, you just have the Red Sox?
No. I got the MLB, and it is awesome. This year they added it to. I can't get into it. Everything's too long.
It's okay.
You'll find out here in the next couple of minutes. Anything else that we should talk about?
Well, I'm thinking quick stories and stuff. We were watching the Jays one Saturday afternoon. And it was May, and my buddy Frankie came out of his room and he was like, "That's game 29 of 162. Who's fucking watching this for?" And I was like, "Man, fuck you, man. It's important. Every game's important. And whether it's fucking baseball, basketball, Olympics, you know what I mean?
Well, Olympics is very
important. But I'm just saying, 162 games, yeah. You know
so is that you just went from? Were you talking locally? You were every game's important, and you said, baseball, basketball, Olympics.
I was just naming off stuff.
And how about, have you followed the Olympics at all?
Quick story.
Name drop.
We're in Rothsay today.
Rothsay. See,
there's where the Mary cheese thing comes around. Rothsay.
There's no Roth. It's Ross A. Rothsay.
But
anyways,
I'm
continue.
not. So I'm in Rothsay, and we were packing a customer. Great cup, 100% best ever. And they were like, "Okay, we're gonna leave for an hour or so. See you in an hour or so." And we're like, "Yeah, man." So me and Randy were just packing, and we were watching the Olympics. Canada tied with India, 2-2 field hockey. I tell you, them boys are tough cookies. They get them ball, they're running like a madman. Did you ever watch field hockey? Woo! God damn.
Man, that's funny because it is a men's sport, but here, like it is, and it isn't a feint of. Do they hit in men's field hockey?
They rub
or
each other.
slash.
They rub. A lot of rubbing.
Like really, you use that stick, club people with it. The only thing is I hate it about they try and teach us field hockey.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any left-handed sticks.
It was always right-handed.
And they made you shoot right-handed. And they said you can't shoot left-handed in field hockey. I think that's BS for one thing.
Why? What? All the guys on Team Canada. There was one lad who played. There was a couple guys. He played professionally in the Netherlands. You know what I mean? Like,
but where did he start playing hockey? Feel like we have to look at these guys that are playing field hockey as not only great athletes, but trailblazers. Because can you imagine the harassment that they took growing up as kids? And I'm being kind of serious. This is kind of funny, but it's serious. You're coming in.
I was packing and watching them.
But think about it. If you knew guys growing up, and this guy came to you and said, "Hey, no, are you going to play ball this summer?" "No, I'm going to play field hockey." What would you have thought?
Man,
weird, different. Playing a girl sport, which we know it's not.
Yeah.
So they not only are great athletes, but they have overcome being ridiculed probably in their communities. And they shouldn't be. They're great athletes. They're Olympic athletes. They play. India is a powerhouse in
field hockey. 100%.
And to tie them, we should be good in field hockey as well.
Yeah.
Because these guys should be able to play hockey as well.
Mm-hmm. The other night.
Are they big guys? Or are they
fit? They're fit. So they're not big.
Would you play field hockey as a summer sport for yourself?
No, I'd want to hit a baseball.
Fall sport. Okay, in the fall. If there was field hockey, you'd start playing field hockey?
Yeah, I didn't really like soccer. I'd rather watch soccer than play it. Okay? That's Augyism, as Roger calls it. That's another. Remember, Roger? That is another Augyism. What I said, that's an inside-outside pitch, Raj. Inside outside.
Raj said that, for God's sake.
No, I said something like he'd want something on the outer half.
I remember that now. The inner outer half, and I was like, wow, that'd be like a circle.
He wants the tornado pitch, Raj.
Well, I saw on YouTube the other day, okay, and this is a radio show, so it's going to be hard for us to describe. Just a video popped up, and this was a few years ago, when Daisuke Matsuzaka came to the Red Sox, and there was the rumor that he threw a gyro ball.
Yeah.
And how he handled the gyro ball, so if this is the baseball, he threw it and handled it like a football, and that's what his release was.
Oh, so you just
he threw it like that.
That's crazy.
And he threw it like a football, so it spun like a football and dropped that way. Away to a left-handed hitter. We are on a podcast, so holding a baseball like a football and actually throwing it like a football and getting the rotation like a football would rotate down a field. As a baseball, they said the seams
go Irish.
The seams hit the air just a lot like a knuckleball, and it dips. Or it cuts away. They were saying, oh, it's just a screwball. And he said that he threw it like, I knew a guy, Kevin Lund, threw his changeup like that. So he was actually not throwing a changeup. He was throwing a gyro ball. Right? But that's how he threw his changeup. But Bren Smith threw the palm ball. Same thing.
Yeah.
He threw it. That's what he did. He threw a palm ball, and it was through the palm, and he threw it. I'm thinking all these pitches are similar.
I might like if I ever do have a son or even a daughter if she's interested in baseball, I'm going to show them all the different pitches to throw a changeup.
When you threw and you were pitching, how many pitches did you have? I see you as a pitcher that had an arsenal, an array. Maybe you didn't bring them out every night, but you had obviously you had 2 or 3 different changeups. You threw. I know you've talked many times about your 2-seamer, one of the best pitches in the game.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pitch.
Okay, how many curveballs?
Oh, I didn't really.
You didn't throw a curve?
I threw it in there once in a while, like strike 1.
Dropped it in.
Yeah, just the fuck,
Just to drop it. Okay.
Okay, strike 1?
I've got that. That you just was like, you looked at the guy hit and said, that I can do anytime I want. And I'm just going to do it once in a while to keep you on.
Just to keep them.
And then your two-seamer ran in on righties away to a lefty.
You know
or
what?
was it a cutter?
I threw a 2-seamer and a cutter.
Oh, so 2 different fastballs.
2 different,
and did you throw a 4-seam fastball? Ever?
I try not to.
Well, why would you?
I wouldn't want to throw it straight.
No.
Why would you want?
Why would you want to? But I mean, if you've got the velocity, you can get a 4-seamer up there.
Yeah, I never did. Like I was throwing.
That would be the only time you would probably throw that pitch, or to get ahead.
You know what?
Or to 3-0. You know the guy. You know.
You see, at a young age, I was like, okay, I could throw it hard, or I can just.
Here's a
pitch.
Yeah,
just pitch.
So here's something I want to talk to you about quickly jumping in. Okay, speaking, we were talking about Jake Waugh. I have a theory that some people think Jake loves a game of ball. We both know him pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Jake loves a game of ball, and he's a great guy, man. He is one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet in your life. But he's got some arm problems. There's no question. He will never admit it. But I think Jake has an arm problem. But I think that Jake Waugh could reinvent himself if he worked on throwing a knuckleball and became a knuckleballer.
Knuckleballer. That'd be fun to watch.
Because Jake Waugh has filthy control, right? And I think that his arm problems are affecting his best pitch, which is his curveballs.
Yeah.
He only needs to throw a fastball as a keep you honest pitch. When he's on, he's dropping his curveballs in. He's throwing just curveball. Everything's a curveball. He can throw them all. He throws all these different pitches, all for strikes most of the time.
Yeah. I
think that he needs to establish the shaky one, work on it. I mean, I was saying that he does it now. But I'm saying he would be a guy that could, for the love of the game, he's got a young fella that he probably wants to have that kid see him pitch a bit.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And I just thought of another guest.
Who's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Hunt in the house.
No, Bill would, but I don't know what we'd say to Bill.
I don't know if Bill would be on. He might. We'd have to let him listen to it. To see if he'd be comfortable being on it, because he is a professional journalist. I'm sure he'd have fun with it.
Yeah, he'd have fun with it. But Bill wouldn't. Would Bill have a
name drop? Bill Hunt.
Budweiser. The name of Budweiser. There's another name drop here.
We're dropping names.
I got
Sidney Crosby.
I got a couple quick stories about Jake Waugh. Okay. We picked him up in midget nationals, and he was first-year midget, and he threw really well that year, and he threw unreal for us. We lost some games, we won some games. I think we finished, we weren't even close for the bronze. I think we finished 6th or something like that. But Jake was gamer all the way, and he was first-year midget, man.
Yeah.
Right? So, UNB, unreal. The guy can hit a baseball.
At that level, he can, yeah. He can at the senior level. Not consistently. He's been given the opportunity. He's not a pitcher, or he's not a hitter. He was a stud pitcher, and he's a good person. His family are tremendous people.
Yeah.
The entire group of them.
Yeah. Dad's a big fan of the Waugh family, for sure.
Who is?
Courtney Augustine.
Your dad is?
Name drop. My father, yeah. Him and, we're not name dropping. Him.
Look outside. It beautiful. Like, is that him?
That's, look down there. That's the river and the water. Hey, another person on here.
I think he's talking about the village. No. This nation is Canada, and Canada is his name.
There's another guest. My father.
Oh yeah, let's have him on.
We should.
Could we not get it on? Could we not get him in from Skype? Do we have a producer that's going to start writing this stuff down?
We need somebody to write.
No, we're writing it down. We have a recording of it. We can listen to that.
So we're going to be our own producers.
For now, we're going to have to be. We don't have anybody else.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
Let's produce the whole thing.
I think that you should be the producer. I think we should lay in a tune at the start. And
back in business again.
No, we can't.
Back in business.
We gotta use somebody.
Back in business again.
Easy now. Okay.
Can we play that after we're done the podcast?
Yes, we can. But the thing is this: we have to be aware that we can't play something that's. So we can play there's a couple of tunes that I had a couple buddies that let's get it on. We can use some of their music.
What about one of my best friends?
I doubt we'd have to play the royalties unless we get really large.
One of my
which I don't think we're there yet.
One of my best friends' bands back in the day, I got a couple of their CDs. Little Bastard. Let's play a little bit of that.
What do they call it?
A little LIL apostrophe bastard.
Well, do you have any of it with you?
I can sing some to you.
Let's hear it.
Wide load. The crease of her ass was about to explode. Wide load. I ain't the best looking guy, but I don't care it. Wide load. Come on.
Okay, that sounded awesome. What type of music did they play? Punk?
No, it was metal funk.
Metal funk?
I'll bring some. I got.
Well, let's go, and we can add it in.
Yeah.
So right now we're gonna hear. We can do some editing. Let's do some editing. You call out the song, and you're gonna play it, and we'll add it into the podcast.
Really? So
we'll do it on editing.
I can do a couple here. Okay, ready?
So just do one topic, and then we're gonna shut it down.
Okay.
How big of a jerk was Chris Sorensen the other night at that junior game? Not helping us on the clock.
I told that joke to Randy the other
What'd you tell him?
I said, Sibs called him out a couple times. Chris Sorensen, please come up to the press box.
Chris Sorensen to the press box, please. Chris Sorensen to the press box.
And then I told him about
He had no intentions of coming up. None. Zero.
Did you ask him about it earlier?
No, I haven't talked to him. I guess when I did the announcement for his car.
Yeah.
So explain to the listeners, the 2 or 3 of them that are out there, what I did.
What was the car's name?
We call it a Ford Focus.
Red Ford Focus. Okay.
I think it's a Focus, but it might be something. Anyway,
you're with the owner of a red Ford Focus license plate FUGI. That's Fuji. FUGI. Please come up to the.
No, I said your lights are left on.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, your lights are left on.
FUGI. Anyways, apparently he just threw the fingers up. So he had no. After he had said.
Up.
Well, remember he was between us for a little bit. Remember that at the start of the game, and then he said, "I'll be right back." And he never came back. That's the worst thing. He came up. Yes, he was going to help us, and then he left us.
Don't remember.
Yeah. Well, maybe I dreamt that. I don't think so, though. But anyways, that just shows. So anyways, I think that
we want Fuji back in the booth with us.
No, I think, did they win? Who won that series?
It got rained out. They're supposed to play tonight.
Oh, well, they're not playing tonight.
Yeah, they're probably playing tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we let have Fuji in the booth when he can be there. But let's give a shout out to whoever you want to give a shout out to, and then we're shutting her down.
EG for life. Okay. And we're gonna have when we have our 100th episode, that's gonna be sick.
What did you just call it? EG for life?
Yeah, man.
What's EG?
Eel ground.
Oh.
You gotta go. You gotta be there.
Oh, look. Hey, I get respect. I respect that. So we'll call it Marysville for life, the Ville for life. Now, shout out to all you rockers and rollers. And remember, if you are in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, come on up to Fredericton Hyundai, where you can always expect the best. See you in the funny papers.